Welcome to the Shoulder to Shoulder podcast. My name is Bryce Daymond, and I'll be giving you guys the latest updates to Caravan Sports. And we're just going to get right into it with basketball. And the end of the season came for the Caravan this week with a tough loss to St. Patrick in the Super Sectional at UIC after winning their sectional championship against St. Lawrence. It was a 1 point game, a very close loss that came down to the final seconds, and very tough loss, especially after us having state championship aspirations from the last year's momentum, getting all the way down to state and losing to DePaul. We wanted to be in that same position this year, and weren't able to get there. I know all the players on that team played their heart out in the game, but we just weren't able to get past St. Patrick's very complicated zone defense that really stifled our scoring below 50 points, and they're very disciplined offense as well. They were able to really impact us on ball screens and in the post, and we just couldn't stop that throughout the game. Uh, a painful end for our seniors, for guys like Cam Thomas, Grant Best, Dylan Fulbright, Keith Jenkins, among so many other seniors on that team. We really wanted to get down to state this year, but make no mistake about it, it was a great season for the Caravan. Not many teams across the state can say that they got all the way to the Elite Eight in their bracket. So it really just speaks, the last 2 seasons really speak to the momentum of Caravan basketball is where it's going. We have a lot of good young players that are developing and are ready to take the torch from the guys that kind of built this foundation over the past few years. Yeah, and I'm excited for last season. I feel like the team led by Noah Mister, freshman Marshawn Thornton, and other guys, that future Caravan basketball is in really good hands, and that we can continue building on the successes from the past 2 seasons to continue building a great basketball program. Um, yeah, but going to that game, very painful to see the Caravan lose, but I know we're going to be able to bounce back. Now, we're now fully in the swing of spring sports season, and the Caravan water polo team won their first Catholic League match against St. Ignatius College Prep right here in our home pool. A great win for our squad. I believe the score was about 25 to 17 in the Caravan's favor, and unsurprisingly, the swimming sensation Caleb McClure had an astonishing 12 goals. Quincy Poole had 4 goals, and Terry Doherty had 2 goals. An amazing performance for the water polo squad, and looking forward towards the future with a very good Catholic League win. We play on Saturday in a St. Patrick water polo tournament. So if you live near St. Patrick, the Caravan water polo team, I believe, is going to play 2 matches on Saturday, and then the next Catholic League matchup is against St. Rita in a couple weeks. So I know the guys will be practicing hard to get ready for that game. Boys varsity baseball had their tryouts last week and begins their season at Bremen High School on Tuesday, March 18th, and has quite a few games next week against Ogden International School of Chicago, Lane Technical High School, and Romeoville High School. And now that it's starting to get warmer, there's not as much snow or rain or adverse conditions. They're starting to transition to practicing outdoors, getting a feel for playing baseball again. So I'm very excited to see what the start for Caravan baseball will look like, especially after our run with a lot of young players last year. Also, lacrosse has a homestand at Barter Dowling to start their season, starting next Thursday against IC Catholic Prep, and then continuing games in the next couple of weeks against St. Francis Wheaton, Bennett Academy, and DePaul College Prep. So I'm excited to see what the lacrosse team, what the new coach can do as well. In rugby, relatively new sport at Mount Carmel, begins their season in a couple of weeks against Muchin College Prep on Saturday, March 29th at Barter Dowling Stadium. Again, a very new thing at Mount Carmel, but I know several guys who are participating and trying to make the season productive for Mount Carmel. And tennis begins their season at the Harold Washington Tennis Courts next Wednesday at 4:30 against Gwendolyn Brooks College Prep, which is a nice home opener before they have some tough games against Loyal Academy and Brother Rice in the next couple of weeks. I know from just talking to my brother about tennis because he plays for the tennis squad that those teams are very tough. They have a reputation as really good programs for tennis, a lot of resources to get better at tennis as well. But I believe that Caravan have been working hard, practicing every day at Harold Washington, so I'm excited to see what they can do against the likes of Loyola, Brother Rice, down the line, St. Ignatius, as we transition to Catholic we play in tennis. Track and field, which has already begun their season with some winter meets, also has a Catholic League meet at World Track at Gately Center next Sunday at 12:35. So if you live there and you want to see some fast runners participating for the Caravan, I suggest going to that meet. Um, yeah, excited to see what they can do as their season starts to transition from more of an indoor sport as it gets warmer to an outdoor sport. And finally, volleyball just kicked off their season with tryouts this week, and we'll have a game against St. Francis Wheaton at home and Evergreen Park away next week before going into the Maris Wedhawk varsity tournament next weekend, which is sure to have great competition because Marist is vaunted as a great boys volleyball program, and they are pretty elite, to say the least. So I'm excited to see what the Caravan can do against that level of competition and see how the team has improved with a new coach in Mary Kate Burns. Thank you for listening to Shoulder Podcast. This is Bryce Daymond signing off. Thank you.